What's going on, gamers? So I made this video here to show some facts, and if you disagree with anything I say or you want to improve what I'm trying to say, then I would love to hear you out. So if you just write a comment or go back to my other videos and comment there, I'll look into it and then maybe make a video about it. Because the video before this, I did make a video about some comments, and they were to inform me about what I was saying in the video before that, so I can improve on my truth. So if you give your feedback, you're going to help out everybody. So I appreciate that very much. And if you want more information and things like that, just subscribe, give me a like. It's all I need. And I love you. So in this clip here, I would have had 5100, but the round before, I let myself buy a Zeus. So this is me literally saving pistol round, losing, saving the second round, saving, losing, and now I'm on third round. I am the player that bought the helmet against, you see, AKs and one Galil. What are the chances that one of these guys are going to have to switch to secondary, or the Galil guy gets me in the headshot, right? This is a lower chance, but I bought the helmet. Instead, I could have got a smoke. So that's just me there. So I'm playing with my friends and we have a random, and he's actually saving on his rounds too. So I'm going to use his examples as a way to compare my examples and what happens when we drop each other or get a bonus kill, things like that. So let's see. Retro bought armor and got a frag, but we lost. Look at the money. So I'm going to try to explain everything that's on screen. So starting in the very bottom with myself, I got one frag second round. I did save pistol round and second round, and so now I bought up the M4, the helmet, all the grenades I want, but I don't have a kit, so I need to have 3 frags in some way, shape, or form for me to be able to buy fully on round 3. Now, if you look in the very top, Good Hot Dog, he is the other player which I wanted to compare myself on his economy, and you see the choices that he has there. He doesn't have the Molotov, but he has the kit. And the Molotov is 600, he has the kit, so if you were to buy the Molotov, just like me there, we will have an even situation, except he has no smoke. He bought an HE. Why? I don't know, that's his choice. And now, let's look at the rest of the players in the middle. So, Yukishiro, he didn't get a single frag when we saved, but he bought armor on pistol round. This is the money that he has. This is the max with a rifle. He got the FAMAS with no helmet. Do you still want that helmet? Like I said before, what if a Glock or UMP or something that doesn't take one shot of the head hits you once without a helmet? You're gonna go down depending how close you are, or whatever. That's just gonna be, unfortunate. And now you see Retro. He has a lot of money still. I can't tell you what he was thinking here, but there you go. And then Ridiculous. He actually bought armor pistol round, saved second round, but got one frag, and thus he is able to buy a rifle with some flashbangs, but no helmet. So remember how Retro saved some money for himself on gun round? That choice actually allowed him to be able to drop a deagle for someone, a deagle for himself, a flash for himself, and armor for himself. He got all that accessories for himself compared to me. I just have a Zeus. I dropped a Zeus. I bought a few Zeuses prior to all this, and we still have the same amount of money. Why? It's because Retro kept that extra cash on his buy round, because in the future, if you want to be in an advantage like here, Retro got to drop a deagle for someone and drop things for himself, and he saved it for the next round. He's able to have more impact and have more economy, and he can always upgrade further and further up if you really need all those grenades and really need all those helmets and kits. That's a really nice way he bought. So what's the actual point of this video? Well, I wanted to show you some actual in-game proof of the stuff that I talked about on the whiteboard, and that's why I made this video. And what I shown you on the first part when I was on Inferno was I show you what it's like if you save pistol round, save your second round, and then buy third round, you only get $5,100. And I think it's still true. You need to have at least 3 kills for you to buy a kit and a helmet on round 3. It's pretty hard to do that, and if you do that, well, you're going to possibly win the round. It's pretty cool if you can win the round, but it's a lot harder. There's some strats you can do depending on the map. You can stack somewhere depending on the spawns or how the team is like. There's a chance, but it's harder. Speaking of that reminds me, next time I'm going to talk about this Virtus Pro game in which they saved and bought but then saved. It's pretty interesting, and I'll talk about that later. But the main point of this video here is just to show you again the evidence. If you save on pistol round, what happens? Well, you don't get enough money anyways. And then the other evidence that I wanted to show you was, what about if you get a single kill? How does that affect your game? Well, even if you get one kill, it's still not enough. And if you do get one kill, it's helpful. But again, it's not enough. But the other interesting thing that happened was Retro, he kept some money on his gun round. So let me ask you this question, guys. Is it a good idea to save a little bit of money on your first gun round? Because if you do that, if you lost that round, you can buy a deagle next round, and the round after that you can buy still. Especially if you save your armor, sorry. It could help a little bit, but don't you think that you should get the best tool as soon as possible? Because if you're thinking like that what if I lost? I need to have some money for me to keep moving forward so I don't get reset. I get that, but you're already thinking about losing, and I'm not sure how that actually affects your world in the game. By that I mean, how does that affect your mentality, your approach, and belief about your chances there? Does that lower your chances to win if you're thinking like that? Or should you just really just go all in as soon as possible? That reminds me, should you just force second round still and just not thinking this way? Probably, but there, like I said about Virtus Pro, there's this game that's really interesting that happened where they stacked on B side, and there's some reasons why I think that happened, and I would love to explain that on a different video, but let me just cap this video here. I would love for you guys to answer this question I have here. Should you save a little bit of money on your first gun round so you can give yourself some buffer for the future? And do you think that extra thought could potentially mess up your mindset about the round you're supposed to be winning? I don't know what you think, so I would love to know, and I'll see you next time.